So now we are going to talk about your transcript. And this is your transcript. This is what it's going to look like. And hopefully with marks like these, is your record of classes that is kept by the government of Saskatchewan. Now, I don't want to make it sound like your grade kindergarten to grade 9 years did not count, but according to the government of Saskatchewan, they really didn't because they weren't keeping a record of it until now your grade 10 year. So I just really want to emphasize and not to stress you out or to cause any anxiety amongst with you, but it really does start to matter. Your grades this year and your grade 10 year really start to matter because they are being kept track of, and they're going to be used for your university records, for scholarships, for honor roll and principals list and things like that. We use your marks to determine a lot of those things, and they have never really been kept track of in an official capacity like this before. So you're going to be getting many copies of this throughout your high school years. It's basically the official transcript, the official government record of your marks in high school. Now, grade 11 requirements. So we're gonna talk about what you need in grade 11 and 12. It's not quite the same as grade 10. Grade 10, you don't really have as many choices. In grade 11, you really do start to get a lot more options because you only have to take one English language arts in grade 11. So one semester instead of two, like in your grade 10 year. Now, the math is a little different. And in order to graduate, you need to have one of the following: the pre-calculus, the foundations, or the workplace. And we've talked about those streams already, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on those, but that is something you want to check to make sure that you're taking the right one for the program that you're planning on going into after. Now, you also need to choose a minimum of one of the following: history 20, psychology 20, social studies 20, or law 30 is a requirement for your grade 11 year. So you need to pick one of those. And then one of the following as a minimum one of the following. So computer science 20, environmental science, health science, or physical science 20. The thing is that normally in most years, we would get maybe our grade 10 students to fast track one of their science classes. So they would take a science 10 first semester and then environmental, health, or physical computer science second semester. But this year with COVID and restrictions, we are not mixing grades. So we are not recommending that students in grade 10 fast track any of their classes this year. So what that means is basically you're going to have a lot of more options open up for your elective choices, and you're going to have to take this class in your grade 11 year. The one exception might be computer science. We have been allowed to mix those classes together this year, and I would imagine the same would be happening for next year. So computer science, if you have strong computer science skills, that is an interest area for you, we would highly recommend you could fast track that class if you are very interested. And we have one of the best computer science teachers in the province. He wrote the curriculum. So he is definitely, Mr. Heisey is one of those teachers that if you love computers, love computer science, programming, design, you're going to want to take his classes. Now we're going to talk a little bit about math streams. So it's really important to note here, Science 10 is the in to all of these streams. You need to take Science 10 before you enter computer science, health science, environmental, or physical science. Now, I recommend computer science is a great option, and that gets you the requirements you need to graduate. But if you want to take Bio 30, physics, or chemistry, you are going to need to take either health science, environmental, or physical science. Physical science and health science are by far the two classes that get you into everything. So health science gets you into bio, physical science into physics and chemistry. So depending on the requirements that you need to get into university program that you need to be in, oftentimes they do require a 30 level science. You are going to need to take one of these to get into that program. Environmental science is another great option, a lot of more hands-on, practical, outside, working with water, waste management, pollution, things like that. Very, very interesting class. And you can talk to, your science teacher about the particulars and what you're going to be learning in each of these sciences. And you can also look in the handbook as well. It will give you some information about what's included in those science classes. Still really important to pay attention to those streams and what you need to take to get into those 30 levels. Now is grade 12 requirements. So basically, those are you only need to take 4 classes. You need your English, math, science, and a social science, so a humanities in grade 11. The rest is up to you. You get to pick whatever classes you want. Grade 12 is kind of similar. There is actually less requirements. So we're back to 2 Englishes in your grade 12 year, A30 and B30. So you need to take both of those in order to graduate in Saskatchewan. But you also need to choose one of the following, either Canadian Studies 30 or History 30. And those are the only 2 core, the 3 core classes that you need to take in order to graduate in Saskatchewan. Now you do need 2 other 30 level classes, and they can be any 2 other grade 12 classes to graduate in Saskatchewan. It doesn't not matter what they are, but you need 5 total, 5 30 level classes in order to graduate in Saskatchewan. These are just asides. You do need those 2 credits from the Arts Ed or Practical and Applied Arts classes. One of those is CWE, which you took way back in grade 10. And you need to fill your schedule with another one. So many people sometimes who are more academic might not get these, but it's really hard pressed to find a person who doesn't have a practical or applied art. So this can be drama, this can be construction, it can be band, it can be commercial cooking, it can be art, it can be any practical or applied art. And you need 2 of those to graduate. We also need that wellness, phys ed, or 20 or 30 class. And you've already done that in grade 10. That's why we get you to do that wellness class back in the day. So you will already have that. So again, just to recap, graduation requirements, 24 credits to graduate in Saskatchewan. And some of them have to be the right ones mixed in with elective choices that you will make based on your interests. Again, 5 of those credits must be at the 30 levels. So we already have the 2 Englishes and the 1 history class, and you get to pick 2 others. The graduation requirements, bear in mind our minimum. The minimum is 24. We recommend that you exceed those requirements. In fact, you will exceed them if you fill your timetable in the pattern that we have designed.